Welcome back, everyone.
Hey, welcome back, boys.
Episode 26.
Episode 26, boys.
Officially 6 months of the bucket.
Is it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, half a year of episodes. There have been 2 unreleased.
Oh, yeah, 26.
Yeah.
Hell
Shit's
yeah,
crazy,
boys.
bro.
Thank you so much for the support,
Yeah,
boys.
thanks for fucking kicking it with us. It's been a fun time.
Man. Bro, so you know I don't really cook that much often, right?
Yeah.
So I was cooking
Never
the other
cooks.
day and I had to do a lot of cutting involved. So I was like cutting the tomatoes and stuff, and I cut the tomatoes, it was all good, cut the carrots, all good. And then I realized, holy fuck, I'm not cutting this shit on my chopping board.
Wait, where are you cutting it?
On my fucking phone, bro.
No.
It had this crazy brand new case from Puppy This.
Wait, what's Puppy This?
It's the sponsor of this video, coincidentally.
Fucking hell.
So Puppy This makes the most incredible phone cases, and you won't believe this. They also put any photo you want to put on it.
No way. What about a hentai design?
Oh, well, not every photo. They've got certain photos on the website that you can use, but they own the licensing for all the photos, and they make brand new phone cases, and they're so strong that you can use your phone as a chopping board afterwards.
Dude, is there like a milk bucket collab?
You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it, because guess what, mate? There is a milk bucket collab.
No way.
There's a brand new milk bucket case. There's already one on the Discord that someone's already posted their one. I think there's a second one as well that's already out there.
Wait, so if I click a link down below, will I get teleported to the milk bucket case and also get like 1% off maybe?
Say 10 times that.
What?
You get 10%
10% off.
your milk bucket case, boys. Check out @Puppy This if you're looking for a phone case.
Use the link down below, I guess.
Use the link below.
@Puppy This is not responsible if you crack your phone while cutting on it. Please do not. @Puppy This does not advise this, as it's quite retarded options. Proceed with care.
Bro, I was thinking about something else.
Welcome,
Moving
boys.
on. Make sure to click the link in the bio if you want to get a new phone case. Bro, I was thinking something, and it's a bit of an ostentatious challenge, if you will.
Just like saying the word ostentatious.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite a challenge.
But do you think that it would be a bit ostentatious?
Yo, Basil's turned retarded, bro.
Do you think it would be a bit too crazy to set a goal of fucking a girl from every country?
Yeah. Because
There's around 200 countries, by the way.
yeah, because there are just some countries that you're never going to go to.
Like which ones?
Like the Niger Islands.
That's not a country, though. So say,
I think they are.
and the thing is, this is my question. Is it easier to fuck an Afghani girl in Australia? Because good luck finding one that's in Afghanistan that's DTF. That ain't fucking happening.
I don't know if they have to be DTF to have sex with them in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but assuming
I think the
you
reason-
want to have a consensual
I think the
fucking
reason why
challenge.
they have to go out with a male companion is for exactly that reason. I'm not going to lie.
Is it too much of a challenge, though? Like, when you think about it, if you have 200 girls from 200 different countries that you're trying to smash, of course the European countries would be the easiest. First world countries would just be the easiest.
Well, the question is, does a Chinese person who was born in Australia and grown up with Australian customs, does that count?
Fuck.
Because it's not really the full experience. You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
really, really good question. I think at the end of the day, it's never going to be perfect.
Where do you think the hottest women are in the world?
I think that you need to have a bit of a mixed breed. I think mixed breed.
Yeah, a mudblood of
Is the
sorts.
best, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's always good when you've got, especially those countries where there's been a history of like mixing shit. You know what I'm saying?
I also think
Stirring the pot, as they say.
Yeah, well, exactly. I think that ethnically ambiguous girls are probably the best looking.
Yeah.
Where you're not too sure if are they kind of like Turkish, or are they Asian? Are they where you're not too sure? And that's
Are
when
they
they're
Palestinian? No, she's too good looking. She can't be Palestinian.
really stop it.
She must be Israeli. Gotcha.
Israelis
Israelis
are
are gorgeous,
They're
bro.
so hot, bro.
Would you smash an Israeli who is very pro-Israel?
Yeah,
For the hot of
that's
it.
fine.
And she served in the IDF, so she knows some Krav Maga.
Well, this is the thing.
She'll like
bro.
hip toss you onto the bed and shit. You know
I'm
what
about to turn this from fucking comedic to philosophical. I don't like this idea that you have to agree
You must
with.
fuck your allies to
No.
fuck your friends.
I don't like this idea that you have to agree with 100% of what someone thinks to be friends with them or to be a girlfriend with them.
What about a
Like,
Nazi?
okay, sure, she might disagree with you. So say you're Palestinian or you're pro-Palestine and she's pro-Israel. Who the fuck cares? There's so many more important things that matter, which means that whether you're compatible to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend together.
I mean, I guess some people might argue that she holds beliefs that view that you shouldn't have the right to live
Doesn't matter.
or exist.
It's just one tiny fucking
Basil's just
perspective
thinking
that makes
about the
her
hot hate sex.
Yeah.
Hate sex is hot, let's be real. It's a good time.
But still, it's like the whole idea that if you disagree with one thing that someone says, it doesn't mean that you might agree with 90% of the times. There's just one strong opinion.
Is this
that you hold.
getting out in front of the news that you fucked that chick with a swastika tattoo and you're trying to say,
No,
look,
no,
I didn't agree with all of it. You know, some of it was good.
No, I'll tell you why. It's
The trains ran on time, metaphorically speaking.
This is why it came up, because a lot of the people that I'm friends with are quite left wing, and I would say that I'm very, very center. I'm not either right nor left. I'm very, very center. I definitely agree both sides.
I think you're more right monetarily, economically, and you're
Politically, I'm definitely left.
Kind
I
of.
wouldn't say definitely, but I would say
How did you vote in that referendum?
I'm a lot more center than I am left or right.
Yeah.
But
sure.
what I'm trying to get
Australia
to,
as a whole, to be honest with you.
that's true. What I was trying to get to is that a lot of the times people will dog on the left wing or the right wing party. So we call it Liberal and Labor. They'll dog on them because of
Ironically, the Liberal Party is actually the right wing party.
Yeah. It's a bit weird. But people will get angry at the Labor Party, who are the left-wing party, because of one policy they did. And they'll agree with, okay, are you okay with gay marriage? Yeah, no, I love that. Oh, are you okay with fucking recognizing trans people? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Oh, but then there's one little policy that they don't disagree with, like a carbon tax thing. It's like one policy doesn't make the party. It's like one person's thought doesn't make who they are.
No, I understand what you're saying. The issue is when that one policy is
It's a big deal.
it affects you directly.
Like what?
If you're a fucking mining company and they're imposing a carbon tax, you're going to oppose to that. Doesn't matter what the other fucking things are, because you know our bottom line is cut in half. Or maybe not in half, but dramatically cut by this thing.
Yeah, but you can say that, okay,
if you're a homophobic cake shop, the idea of gay marriage getting passed is going to be the fucking thing that you can't cross.
If anything, it might bring your supporters even closer to you.
Yeah.
So you never know when a bad situation is going to become good.
That shit's always so corny, bro. The idea that I can't make a cake for a gay marriage. Just make the cake, you fucking loser.
Well, what do you think about priests refusing to do a church wedding for a gay couple?
I think it's corny, bruv.
Well, you think you're not okay with that?
No,
I think it should be forced.
Yeah, because it's like, bruv, you're praying to your imaginary God. No offense. You're praying to it.
Yeah.
And you're just saying like, well, based on this one book, which by the way, we're told that we shouldn't listen to the First Testament. It's all about Jesus' shit. But then some of the First Testament we're also meant to believe. It's like, there's so much contradiction that goes into it. It's like they don't like the gays, but they're all right with wearing, clothes of a different cloth and eating shellfish and all this other, working on the Sabbath, doing all, it's like, bruv, stop letting this fucking book let you oppress people. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's corny. I think let people do what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, I agree. I definitely agree, but I think that freedom is important. I think that every human
so
reserves.
American right
No,
now.
everyone reserves their right to say no.
I like gay people, but they're taking away my freedom.
No, I'm just saying, bro. This guy, like, if you're a priest, you're a very religious man.
Sure.
So it's okay for you to say, okay, you don't need to wed these people if you don't want to. And I'm very pro-gay. I'm just saying that freedom is important. It's okay. Like, it's for things that aren't compulsory. Like, sure, okay, you can't kill someone. You don't have the freedom to murder someone. But you need to have the basic freedom to be able to say yes or no in society.
Yeah, I think it's more like the idea that I think the beliefs is what sounds stupid to me. Like the idea that God loves everyone except if you do this, this, and this. It's like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, have we not gotten to the age? Is religion the only thing in society excluded from progression in life?
Yeah, because it's a book and you can't change the book. So you can't make a new edition of it, even though Christianity did.
Well, do you know what's fucking crazy about Christianity? Obviously, it was written by Jewish people, right?
Was it?
I guess.
The First Testament?
Well, they would have been ethnically Jewish. Obviously, they converted to Christianity, but they were Jesus' followers, I'm pretty sure. Like, Jesus was a Jewish guy.
Oh,
right?
Because you have to have a religion before Christianity, which
yeah, of
is
course.
Judaism. Yeah.
But so the idea, there's a lot of the stories in Judaism is they're all didactic tales, meaning it's a tale with a story at the end of it. Okay. Or like not a story, a meaning or something like that.
Yeah.
It's meant to essentially guide you morally. But then the Romans came along. And the Romans took these stories when Christianity started becoming based around, the Roman Republic and all that kind of shit, Roman Empire, I guess.
Yeah.
And the Romans are much more literal people.
Okay.
And so a lot of these didactic tales, which who knows what Christianity was based on, maybe it was maybe you're a creationist and you believe it was made in 7 days. Maybe you think that story was just kind of metaphor for how it was created, whatever. But the Romans come along, take these works, take them more literally, and then all of a sudden we're meant to believe every single saying perfectly literally, which is like a book made 2,000 years ago.
I get what you're saying.
Is it more useful as a tool to help you guide your life, or is it more useful to follow every single law by the letter just in case that's what's meant? I don't know. I just think it's a corny excuse to oppress people behind the guise of religion. I think it's just like, grow up, cunt. We're in the 21st century.
Well, look, I think all of religion's a bit questionable in that aspect. Whereas it is...
No, this isn't an attack on the Catholics. It's every single fucking religion has their issues with that shit.
You know, personally, as a religious man, fucking somewhat, it is crazy how much I am aware of how much of my beliefs are tainted by a book that may or may not have been made up. It is crazy how much of my beliefs, and you just believe them, and you're okay with them, and you just trick yourself into being like, yeah, that's true, and you just stop thinking about it.
The good thing about you and like your approach to it is you are, at least maybe when you were a bit younger is different, but you're very open-minded. Like you're not, obviously you grew up in Islam and like, look, not to throw any stones to what's happening to the gay men of Kabul, but there's some stones being thrown.
It's a tough life.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not just Muslim countries. It's all third world countries, which are a lot of them are Muslim. So
yeah, but there's no denying what's, like.
It's not just the Muslim countries. It's third world countries. And a lot of third world countries are Muslim. So people are thinking it's Muslims. It's not. It's the fact that they're developing.
I'm sure there's something in the Quran about not liking gay people. Just as there's something in the Bible, just as there's something.
All religions.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they like to make people.
I know.
having
it's just the addition of throwing of the stones,
children,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the issue.
Having couples that don't have children, which then become followers, aren't good for a religion. So they they prefer you to have children.
Preferred. That's a choice word right there. But the point is that you lived in an area with a lot of like LGBT influence and shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And you like massively change your perception on a lot of shit. Yeah. Whereas like a lot of people will let like, no, I was taught this by my parents and therefore it has to be true and I'm never going to change my perspective.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. I think the ignorance inside a lot of the religious world is quite extreme, and it's like, and religion does a lot of good. That's the issue. Like, especially in third world countries, like you're saying, like when you're in a place where you're fighting every day just to get food on your table, having a faith in God is the thing that might push you through in order to do good for your people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a lot of good that can come from it, but it's just when that's why I'm like, yo, why can't you keep doing all the good and just be nice to the fucking gay people?
It's really tough. It's really tough to just like when you're raised with a perception and you're taught this every day of your life for 18 years until you eventually leave home. It takes a lot for you to undo it, and sometimes it takes direct confrontation. Like if you're homophobic and suddenly you move into a very left wing suburb with a lot of gay people, I guarantee you within 3 months you're not going to be homophobic anymore because suddenly you're surrounded with people that are
or you're just going to never leave outside.
Yeah, well, it depends on your experience. If you have a terrible experience, then you're never going to change. But if you have a great experience or even an average experience, and your expectations are so low that an average experience is going to massively exceed them.
Yeah.
So,
as we've said many a time, we fuck with the LGBTs.
For sure.
They're good lads and lasses.
Well, here's another question, just pretty much based on what you were just saying then.
Yeah.
This is a question that I always ask myself. You know how North Korea...
gay?
Well, you know how North Korea has fed a lot of propaganda?
Yeah.
It makes you think that how do you know that we're not in North Korea? Because
I looked at a map.
Well, this is the thing. We're always laughing at, well, we're not exactly laughing, but we always think of, okay, well, you don't think about where your t-shirt that costs $5 is made in.
Oh, yeah.
And in the back of your mind, you might not admit it, but you're saying, oh, just someone else makes it, someone else who's willing to take a lower salary and is able to grind out the things that we're not willing to do. At the end of the day, what's the difference? We're just the elitists in this economy.
Yeah.
And there's someone that's lower than us doing all the grind work.
No,
We're fed that we're better than the rest of the countries, but are we?
See, I don't like people who eat meat but don't acknowledge it comes from an animal.
Do people do that?
Yeah. There's a lot of people who they don't like I think the idea is if obviously sadomasochism is a big, I think that's a fucking psychological issue.
What's it called?
Sadomasochism. It's like the idea, I think the sadism is the idea of liking pain inflicted on you, and I think masochism is the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
You like inflicting pain. And I bet you there are a lot of hunters out there who just like killing things, and that's why they do it.
Yeah.
But I also don't, and while that is a fucking legit psychological issue and you should fucking get help for it, mate, the idea that you can eat a pig, but you would never be able to see a pig get like killed or like acknowledge that is just, it just seems really ignorant to me.
Would you ever go hunting?
Maybe, but it just sounds really corny to me, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I don't like when people have fucking their antlers on the walls. They look like tiny dickheads, bro.
Okay, but what if you're going to shoot an elk and eat it?
I just
And then
think
have
shooting.
slow-cooked
Do you know what I
elk
don't
in the-
like?
in the
I think
crock pot.
shooting is corny.
Why?
If you were doing some Joe Rogan shit and you're bow hunting and there's
Does
a
he
chance.
bow hunt?
Yeah, bro. Are you
What?
kidding me?
I thought he shot.
No.
He bow hunts.
Yeah, he like exclusively bow hunts.
Gee, I didn't know that.
Well, exactly. And the idea is like, obviously he's probably got a guy with a gun there. But I like the idea that the animal has a chance. Because we're not in a world where you need that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just going out to kill things legally, like think about it. The biggest sign of a serial killer / psychopath is a kid that hurts animals. A kid that kills his cats, a kid that kills birds,
Is
all
that
that
a
kind of
thing?
shit. Yeah.
Kids that kill
I heard
cats
about it
and
in The
animals?
Simpsons. No, it is a real thing though. It is a real thing though. It's because the idea that they like inflicting pain on things, and when you're so small, you can only inflict pain on a certain amount of objects. You know what I mean?
That's fucking scary, bro. Imagine if you drowned your fucking cat or something like that.
Yeah,
That shit would be fucking...
Did you hear? Do you know about? I think his name's Luca Magnola or Magnata or something like that.
Yeah.
So he was subject to the documentary "Don't Fuck with Cats" on Netflix.
Oh, yeah?
And it was a documentary where a video got surfaced of a guy putting cats, I think in one of those things where you suck the air out of it, like a vacuum seal,
yeah.
and essentially killed the cats.
Oh,
right?
what the fuck?
And the internet finds out. And they're doing like all these Reddit cunts and 4chan
fucked.
guys. They go around like, you know, Googling all that kind of stuff, trying to find out exactly where he was. And they end up catching him, like helping the police catch this fucking guy who's killed those people.
Nice.
It comes out.
People or cats?
No, the people. The
Okay.
guy that killed the cats. It comes out that he made this video called One Lunatic, One Ice Pick. Now, this video, I've seen it before. It's crazy. Because what this guy essentially does is he has this, he's a gay guy, I think. He has this Asian exchange student in Sweden or something like that. One of those fucking Nordic countries. He drugs him. He stabs him with an ice pick. He cuts off limbs. He cuts off the head.
What the fuck?
He fucks the head while it's cut off.
What? Like from which hole?
I don't know. I think he might have fucked the skull hole. I can't remember.
Is it unethical to ask that? Which hole would you use?
Use the front or the
I would use the
hole?
neck. The neck hole.
Jeez.
Just to be creative.
Why? You want the ribbing of the trachea?
No, because I've already done
The
every other
trachea?
hole.
Okay, no. Anyway,
Yeah.
fucking psycho over here, mate. You're
Yeah.
getting ideas like this.
I wonder if they included which hole
Bro,
to use.
I watched it and never have I felt more terrified in my life. And I've watched a lot of these like gruesome shits before. I've seen the Pain Olympics many
so he
times.
would cut the head off and then give himself head with
Bro,
it.
he cut so many things. He cut off body. Do you know what it is? Have you ever seen a pig's head get cut off? Like
No.
even in a movie or
No,
something
I
like that?
haven't.
So they have a large layer of like fat, right, around the skin.
Oh, yeah?
And I've seen this before, right?
Because it's like bacon.
Yeah, of course. It looked like that.
Jeez.
I felt so like creeped out. And what's crazy is this is a little fucking short cunt. He wasn't like a big imposing bloke. In fact, the Asian guy that he killed, I'm pretty sure they were having gay sex and he slipped him a drug.
Jeez.
So it's not something that like you should be fearful walking around at night or something like that. But it's one of those things where I was like, Jesus, the fact that there's a person most twisted in the world that would like do that kind of shit
That's
is
just
insane.
fucked.
I have no idea how we got here, by the way.
I have no idea how we got here either.
We've been drinking for a while. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we have.
I'm pretty buzzed right now.
We need to do a fucking drunk.
That's just every
Podcast.
podcast, Bas.
Well, okay. Well, this is the thing. I also want to do a Q&A again. I feel like we haven't done Q&A in so fucking long.
Yeah, we haven't.
Are we going to do it for episode 30, you reckon?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Because I think that 6
Do it
months would
next
have been a
week.
great milestone. And I
Yeah.
feel stupid for not
Why don't we
realizing
just
that
do it?
26 would be
Why don't we
one.
just do it next week? I mean, technically it was 6 months, 2 weeks ago because we missed 2 episodes.
True. Should we do it next week?
Yeah.
Oi,
Why don't we
boys.
do a power hour next week? A shot of fucking beer every minute.
I want to do that with cams, bro.
You can do it again,
Well,
bro.
this is the thing, boys.
There's no law saying you can only do 1 power hour of fucking podcast.
That's true. That's very, very true. I was thinking about doing a fucking menthol and VB hour.
That's so gross.
So we
bro.
both have a pack of menthols.
I don't
and
want
we
to
have
do that.
and we have a case of VBs and we share it, and then every single minute we got to have a menthol and a fucking and a couple of sips and
This
half a
motherfucker's
VB.
retarded, bro.
Why not?
Every minute you have,
It's good for
you
you.
have to have a VB.
No, half a VB.
Half a VB.
What's the normal rule?
It's a one shot of beer.
Oh, we'll do 1 drink of VB and a puff of fucking menthol.
That's so aggressive.
Why?
Because menthols are for fucking white trash.
Why is it aggressive though? I thought it was unaggressive.
No, it's still aggressive.
Menthols are heaps good.
No.
Why not?
They're gross, bro.
All right, what are your
Cigarettes are just nasty.
What are your thoughts, boys? Do you reckon a menthol and VB is... By the way, if you don't know what a VB is like the classic
The very
Aussie
best.
beer. It's the very best beer. It's a very, very Aussie beer. Most people refer to it as cat piss, but it's actually my favorite beer. I think it's
good
fucking
cat
delicious.
piss. It's like if you're into pissing.
Hey, Chris, do you want to jump on and tell us your thoughts on VB?
Trash. How can you possibly drink that trash?
Bro, it's good. Maybe we save this for. Do you want to come on next week?
Hey.
Okay, let's do it.
If you have me.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
0. So that's confirmation that Chris
We've
is on
got
next
one
week.
perfect seat right there. We're gonna touch another like that.
All right, boys, let us know if you want Chris to come back on the podcast.
I have
And
no idea if any of that will be in because it looks very low audio level on your
yeah,
side.
it's,
So I
it's a
think
bit
all of it
tough
was
because you have to literally be right next to the mic for it to pick it up. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, VB.
Okay, VB, yeah. It's the very best. It's a fucking good drink. However, I'm not going to drink half a VB and smoke some fucking cancer sticks just for the sake of a podcast.
Cancer
An
sticks is a good
audio
one.
only podcast.
Is cancer sticks an Aussie word? I feel
Probably.
like it definitely
It
may
sounds
be.
very Aussie. You know, in Star Wars, in episode 2, there was a guy's like, do you want to buy some death sticks? And essentially just cigarettes. And he's like, uses the force command, like, you don't want to sell me death sticks. I don't want to sell you death sticks.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, it
Oh,
was
so-
enough sneaky shit for a while, bro.
So someone left actually a TikTok comment that I thought was really funny. So
Yeah, what's that?
at Skeeting in Space, so this was his comment. Bro, you guys should talk about
Do you know
annoying...
what skeet is?
No, what's that?
Skeet is like shit.
Oh, is it?
So skeeting in space, bro.
I thought it was like yeeting in space. I didn't really understand it. But his comment was, bro, you guys should talk about annoying players in video games. I was playing Val and I need a heal. So I asked the healer, who happens to be a girl, and there's the rest of the comment. The comment wasn't that funny, I'm not going to lie, bro. But the concept was fucking hilarious because I've played with so many fucking annoying gamers and my classic memory is in like the MW2 lobbies, Modern Warfare 2 for the fucking young generation. When you jump in and then fucking there's always one kid who's always screaming at the top of his lungs and then always some guy with a low ass fucking voice being like, just pretending that he's fucking old when he's actually 16 years old with a fucking low voice.
Yeah.
And those fucking kids that are screaming into the mic were the most annoying.
I mean, but it's such an easy fix because you just mute them. I think the bigger issue is when you're playing.
Are you a mute all? Is that the type of person you are when you're playing?
No.
Because I always actually, I very rarely would mute all.
No, I would talk, but I just mute the cunt that's screaming.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know why I didn't.
It's a very easy fix.
I should have, if I'm honest. But I feel like I always had them there because that was part of MW2. You have a kid screaming.
Yeah, but that's just, you don't have to accept things.
Yeah, but I fucking hated reloading.
Yeah.
Fucking doesn't mean you can just get away with it. I hated reloading. I hated fucking the screaming kid. He was always there.
For me, I don't think the screaming cunts were the biggest issue. It's more like just the dickhead players. Like if you're playing like a MOBA or something like that, like fucking League of Legends or something, if you're playing with the guy who
What does MOBA mean? Is that like the strategy one?
some nerdy term, who knows? It means
Oh, yeah.
League of Legends. That's what
Okay,
it means.
yeah.
But when you have the guy who just runs in and doesn't he's just thirsty for kills and will die in order. It's like remember
that's fucking annoying.
Remember playing Domination on COD and the guys who never went to the points? They were always just looking for kills, which to be fair was probably
That was me. That was me too, yeah.
But it's like you lose all the games and you'll have fucking 30 kills, but it's like, what was the point of that?
I even remember intentionally letting other people get the objective because you're so far ahead of them so that you want the game to go a little bit longer so you can get more kills.
Yeah.
But it's part of the game is killing people. It's not about winning.
Well,
Whoever gets the most amount of kills won.
see,
It's not about who won the game.
that's the issue. Like there are people who play that like that in real sports, like basketball and stuff, who they'll literally like camp up the other side. It's called cherry picking, where they'll give instead of being a 5v5, one guy will wait underneath his basket and hope that their team can stop you on defense, get the rebound, and just throw it up there.
and they just chuck it in.
Yeah. And you want to fight these people. They're such cunts.
Well, so why don't you do the same then?
Because first of all, it's not fun. Second of all, it should be less effective. But sometimes you're just paired with like people who aren't that good at the game. So, because think about it, 5v4, the 5 should win. But sometimes you go against guys, so there'll be one guy who can still score. Or there'll be one guy who can stop you. Maybe your team isn't like flowing coherently. But it's just like, it's like bad faith playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there are rules in this kind of shit where, I don't know. I don't like that. I've always had a thing where it's like, I don't like illegitimate wins. So I don't like doing a sneaky cheat.
Like technical wins.
Yeah, it's not a win to me.
Okay, well then who do you think won? The guy that got 110 kills but technically lost? Or the guy that got 30 kills but fucking won the objective?
No, because he's playing the game. The
So
guy who's killing it isn't playing the game at all.
Wait, what?
He's not playing the game.
The game is shooting people.
No, it's not. The game is capturing points. Team Deathmatch is shooting people.
No, people play domination so they can get tons of kills. They don't
No,
get
no,
it
no.
because
Maybe
it's
for their
fucking fun
montages,
to take over
but
the
the game
objectives.
is to take objectives. That's who decides to win.
The game mode is. But the game is about killing things.
No, it's not. Right?
All of COD is about...
It's a first-person shooter, bro. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a first-person fucking...
no, but
catch the
that
objectives.
doesn't mean kill.
That's a
it's
checkmate
like,
right
no,
there.
it's
You
not.
just- you just
Search and
played
destroy.
yourself, brother.
Search and destroy. What is that about?
That's about getting cool kill cams.
No, it's not.
The whole game exists about
Bro,
kill cams.
come on.
It's not. No. Okay, this is a great question for the team. Do people play search and destroy to fucking actually search and destroy, or do they play it for sick kill cams?
You can get sick kill cams and everything. What do you
No,
mean?
because there's a kill cam for every round, and rounds go every 2 minutes. Versus in team deathmatch, there's only one at the end of the game.
Bro, that's so neaky. Who gives a fuck?
What's Nikki?
Neek is like English slang for nerdy. I've been watching too much KSI. It's like you remember. Can you remember MW2? How there was almost gentleman's code that if you were the last guy alive in search and destroy in Afghan, you would just stand underneath the plane wing.
In Afghan, which one was Afghan? Again?
Afghan was the one with the plane. It was like a crashed plane, and you could climb on top of it, and people would jump off and do like 360 no scopes or something. And like when I started playing, because I started playing
This is
COD.
MW2.
Yeah, I started playing COD at the end of MW2 days.
Yep.
And like my mate was like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of just like."
Is that the one that's in
code."
the desert? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like a round. Like you can go around,
Yeah.
but there's the plane in the middle. And
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
to
There's the
wing.
cave.
You can jump off. The
I'm pretty
hill
sure
to
you
the
see
wing.
Osama's porn collection in the middle of the cave.
Did he
If you
actually
look
have a
hard
porn
enough.
collection when they killed
Yeah,
him?
bro, that's what they say.
You're kidding.
No.
That's such
It
a
was
good
like
troll.
Simpsons fucking putannery, bro.
Wait, did you learn about this in The Simpsons?
No, I learned about that when he died.
Oh. Of course they found him with a fucking pile of porn. How
Beating
classic.
off.
Yeah, he was beating off when they got him.
I wonder if he liked hentai. Is it an Arab thing? Is it the all Arabic man? Do Afghans don't count as Arab, do they?
Well, my question to you is does anyone actually not like hentai, or do people just not admit to liking it?
I don't know. Someone said it was disgusting once.
Well, well, this is the thing. It's like being gay, where if you disagree with it too much, then you are gay.
Yeah.
But then
You are gay.
You are gay. But that's the thing. Like with hentai, if you're saying that it's disgusting, it means that you probably jerk to it every night. Let's be honest.
Yo, shout out to you. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Every night. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, what do you fucking call, like, what is a name for the people? Like, so Afghans.
Afghanis.
Yeah, I know. But you know how, like, the Arabic people are called Arabs, right? Or Arabic people, I guess. Fucking Iranians are called Persians. Pakistani is technically Desi. What the fuck is Afghan? And like,
I mean,
what about
Pakistani is Pakistani?
what about all the? No, they're Desi.
Desi is different. Desi
No.
is like Arab would be calling Lebanese person as Arab technically, but he's also Lebanese.
Yeah, I know. They
Pakistani
also.
is Pakistani,
No.
but he's also Desi.
Yeah, I know, but Afghan isn't Desi or Arab.
Or as in which group would you put in
Yeah.
Afghanian? Arab for sure.
But they're not Arabs.
It's not in the Arabic Peninsula, sure. But then that's a great question.
That's
I think-
because like you would never call a Pakistani Arab because they're not.
This is the thing about Afghanis. Afghanis are incredibly diverse. So it's one of the strangest countries
Yeah.
because you'll have people that look Asian and people that look Arab, and they're both Afghanis.
Yeah.
So they're both both of them have had family that lived there for hundreds and hundreds of years. They're 20th generation Afghanis. But
Yeah.
one of them looks Asian, one of them looks closer to Chinese than he looks fucking Arab. Then one of them looks like Osama bin Laden. Like they both grew up
Basil
in Afghanistan.
said that, not
Yeah,
me.
but this is the crazy thing. Both of them are Afghanis. And it's completely normalized there. Like where you just meet someone, you wouldn't ask someone where are you from because you just know that they're Afghani. But you don't know if they might look brown like they're Indian. They might look Asian like they're Chinese, or they might look Arab like they're Lebanese. But they're all from Afghanistan. It's beautiful. It's
Basil's
beautifully
they're
diverse.
all the same.
No.
That's that.
Well, they're all from Afghanistan. That's the one thing they have in common, and everyone understands it. It's so strange to see a multicultural third world country. It's very strange.
What do you mean?
Do you even call that multicultural? Because they're all from the same culture.
It's still multicultural. Well, I guess not. It's just how you look.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is it multicultural?
Well, no, it would be multicultural because they're not actually all Afghani.
They're
It's
all Afghani.
No, but they're not. It's about the thousands of years where the Afghani people have been raped and pillaged and people settle there and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you'll have Chinese.
But for the individuals, there's like, yeah, my grandpa was here. My grandpa's grandpa was here.
Yeah, of course.
So they're as Afghani as they remember.
No, but what I mean is like they understand each individual sect understands why they look different from the others.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
like you're like, oh, okay, well this is from the Chinese invasion, this is from the fucking X
Absolutely.
invasion, the Persians, all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And it's I think it's one of those unfortunate situations where if you're Afghani, it's just really difficult to get a fucking visa in a first world country. So
Yeah.
people just end up staying there. Their whole, like, you just can't leave. You're stuck there. And it's unfortunate, but it's.
Bro,
it's
if we
how
have
it is,
any
hey?
Afghani listeners, I would love to do a podcast talking to you about how it is over there.
Did Andrew Schultz do that?
Yeah. It was such an interesting perspective.
And they spoke fluent English?
Well, he was a guy who like I think he grew up in I think he was born in Afghanistan, moved to LA, like lived there from a young age, and then moved back as an adult.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because I think apparently Kabul is very, maybe it's not westernized, but there was a lot of Western people living in a certain sect. It's almost like all the artsy people in Sydney and Newtown. Like it's
Okay.
like you'll find your people and where you can drink with them, you can do all that kind of stuff that maybe the other Islamic people wouldn't like vibe with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, okay. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if I've got a lot of Afghani friends.
Yo, let's get one on the pod. But we don't want from
But they're
Sydney.
Aussie,
We want one
they're
who
Aussie
wants,
that are from Afghanistan.
we want someone to phone in from Afghan. You know what I mean?
That would be crazy, man. That would be some
How
fucking
cool would
content.
that be, bro?
I mean, would you guys be interested in that?
Yo, if we got any
To
North
listeners?
Korean listeners, Kim Jong, hit us up, dog.
If we were to pick a third world country and let's limit it to Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq,
Why Somalia?
because I would be more interested in Somalia
Why?
because I want to learn about is pirating as
You're just trying to say like, Army Hearty, how are you going today?
No, not at all, not at all. I want to learn a bit more about is being a pirate a legitimate career choice? Is this something? No. It's a serious question. Is this something where you consider like, is this? I'm good at swimming. I like the water. Do you just be like,
What do you think the interview process is?
No, I don't.
What are
think
your
there
hobbies
is.
and interests? Oh, he's into hockey. That's a land-based sport.
Well, I
Sorry.
think you're kind of born into it. Like,
You know
your
they're
dad's a
literally
pirate.
on speedboats with AK-47s.
Yeah.
They're not fucking buccaneers with their big cannons and shit. Yeah.
I don't think it's as easy as you think, though. I don't think
course
it's.
it is.
I think that there is probably a tough application process. Like you probably have to find a way in. You
What
have
do
to
you
get in. You can't just. You're not just. If you are born into it, you're born into it. But I don't think that if someone who isn't born into it can just fucking rock up to the boats and just say, yeah, can I join you in the expedition?
like joining the drug game. That difficult life choice.
Like joining the what?
The drug game.
Like selling drugs?
Yeah.
You don't
That-
think that's
No, it's not difficult at all.
sheesh.
There's a reason why every youth in fucking Baltimore did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what if you're not born into it? So
It's
like,
not
what
about borning it. Like, you're never going to make enough money. Think about it. If they were making so much money, they wouldn't be living in fucking Somalia, would they?
the pirates?
Yeah. There's mad poverty. There's mad disease.
Well, I think the boss man makes a lot of money and then no one else does.
Maybe. I don't think he makes a lot of money like NASDAQ money.
Yeah.
I think he's still a petty thief.
I think it's in the multi-millions.
Maybe.
But that's not NASDAQ money. That's not even close to
Yeah,
NASDAQ
I don't know. I don't think, because like I don't understand how they're getting fucked. Just have a few guards. They're literally coming over in speedboats, bruv.
Well, this is the thing. In the insurance company's mind, if you have guards on board, it might reduce the odds of a what's it called, of an invasion or like an attack.
Yeah.
But you have to pay to have guards there. And how many guards do you want to have? Okay, you want to have 20 guards. Each one of them charge a day rate of $1,000. So it costs $20,000 a day because you're hiring guards to protect you from the Somali pirates.
It's not going to be $20,000 a
And
day.
I think $1,000 a day is probably on the low side.
That's insane.
Would you protect a pirate ship with? Think about it. You're hiring qualified members. You're not hiring random people with guns.
As well, security doesn't pay that much.
What?
Security doesn't pay that much.
Traveling across the fucking Horn of Africa,
No, it doesn't pay that much. What are you talking about?
like to hire mercenaries to stand there with guns.
Think about fucking ice road truckers, which are like have some of the highest death rates in all fucking professions. I think, based on one.
I
Bill
think
Burchett.
Somali bloody boat protector has a higher death rate than a fucking ice road driver.
No, first of all, we're basing this on very little. It's not like every single fucking ship that passes by Somalia gets fucking hijacked, but it's about the fact that like you get paid more for danger. You're not getting paid $1,000 a day. You're
And
not
also
racking up
these
$365.
These boats are humongous. You have to remember that. Like there's stories of cargo boats with the
know.
pirate with their captain traveling with a motorbike to get to the other side.
I know.
Because they're so 20 guards is a joke. Like we're talking 10,000. Oh, maybe not 10,000, but maybe like 100 or 200.
Not really, bro.
And if you're
Because
paying
it's
them
not,
each.
it's not fleets and fleets of guys. It's fucking 4 dudes with AK-47s on a speedboat.
Yeah, but you need to protect all parts of it.
Yeah, but they're not fucking like they're not sneaking off massive craters. They're hijacking the boat.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you need to stop them from getting on the boat.
No, you don't.
Yeah. As soon as they're on the boat, you're fucked.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
You got 20 blokes. 20 beats 4.
I don't know if you have shoot to kill orders though. I don't know if international waters.
dog.
Well,
I
that's
don't
the thing.
think
I'm like-
anyone gives a fuck at that point.
Or, I mean, maybe you could argue self-defense.
Of course you can.
Yeah, I guess that was it.
You're defending property as well. You're doing your literal job.
What if there's some friendly fire? Then what happens? What if you accidentally shoot the black guy that's on the team?
Yo, you went there, bro. I didn't even realize where you're going.
No, I'm just trying to say that like friendly fire.
Just
is it.
because he's black does
No.
not mean you should shoot him. Well, as you just heard, there was a little bell.
Yeah.
Just a cheeky little bell. Anyway, let's divert from the path we were going down because
Yep, good idea.
cancellation
Great
6
idea.
months in isn't the greatest idea. Look, I've got a story about a time I went to the Easter show, which is kind of like a fair, you might
Very,
say,
very
for people
popular
in
in Sydney.
America. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, it's running
I think
Easter.
it's Australia-wide. It's not just Sydney.
Is it not?
I think it goes around Australia.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I was on that and I went on a ghost train, right? I went on with a girl. You know, girls been just having fun with. Anyway,
Yeah.
I went on with a girl and it was one of those
What's the
ghost
ghost train?
trains. It's like one where you're going along in a little cart,
Okay.
right? But people jump out at you. Real
yeah.
people.
Yep,
So
yep.
dressed up, right? Now, I don't scare easy in these kind of things. I love horror movies and stuff like that. And I love, when I get scared, I laugh. I don't like get
Same.
scared. You know
I'm
what
the
saying? So we were sitting on it and she's obviously getting scared, right? And so a guy dressed as Freddy Krueger jumps out and she's like, ah! And I start laughing and stuff like that. And I'm trying to like give him a fist bump or something like that. Like,
Does he fist one back?
yeah, he does.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't break the fourth
No,
wall.
no, he does. But what we didn't know when we first got on was there's a little standing like thing at the back of the cart, right? So the guy
standing
can
thing?
jump on and hold onto the cart, right?
Oh, yeah,
Now, it's 2-person cart. I'm sitting on the left side. She's sitting on the right side. He jumps on the back of the right side. So I can see him. She can't see him. She doesn't know. She's just like freaked out, right?
Yeah.
I had to convince her for ages to get on this thing.
Yeah.
I was just
Is
like,
this
yo.
in Australia, by the way?
Yeah, Sydney.
Okay.
I was like, what's better than having a girl cuddle up next to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's going to be a
perfect.
fun night. Anyway, so Freddy Krueger looks at me, right? And he does like a slow shush kind of like sensation with
yeah.
his clawed hand because he's going to scare her, right? We turn a bend and he just grabs her. She screams
Yeah,
and
of
starts hysterically crying
Oh
to
my
the point
God.
where she's just in a ball on my like lap, not in a good way. This isn't like she's scared so she's coming close to me like, you know, take a
Jeez,
girl to a horror
fuck
movie.
that.
She's hysterically crying and I go from having fun to being like having to
Oh,
console
man.
her, and we're at the start of the ride. So for the rest of it, I'm essentially just sitting there consoling her while as the guys jump out scaring us. I'm like, yeah, look mate, I get it, whatever,
Yeah,
fucking
classic.
relax bro, you know. Nice one, fucking Jason from the Halloween series or
Fucking
something.
Jason.
Friday the 13th. Fucking suck my dick, yeah, you're real scary. But the
Fucking John, we're trying to be an actor.
Bro, the funniest thing happens. We walk out. She's doing the typical chick thing where she's like, I told you that would scare me. I told you.
Oh
It's
my
all your
God.
fault. And I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
yo, stop it. You know what I mean? It's still early in the day, bro. I can't be able to fucking fight this entire time. You know what I'm
True.
saying? I'm trying to get some later, yeah?
Yeah.
And the funniest thing happened because a woman and her 3 children walked past, and the kids obviously wanted to go on the ride, and she points at the girl crying, and she's like, see guys, that's why you don't want to go on that ride.
Oh my
And
God,
I
you became the
die
example.
laughing, bro. It's so
Oh,
funny to
fuck
me.
that.
It was the fucking funniest situation. She's just all embarrassed. I'm like, yo, relax, bro. It's a fucking ghost. They're not real.
Here's my question.
What's that?
How do you turn it around? Say, okay, I know yours is in the morning. Say it's 6 p.m. and it's like the park's going to close at 7. How do you turn this bad experience to, fuck, I want to get late at 7:30?
Do you know how you do it?
How?
Have a fucking jump shot.
What's the jump shot?
A jump shot, basketball. Because guess what? We go to the carnival games, all these fucking dorks throwing up balls, never shot a basketball in their life, trying to win the girl teddy bear. Me? Zing.
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 You're dunking.
Fucking zing, zing, zing. They're like, yeah, well, you know, if you hit 1, you get this little bitch toy. If you hit 3, you get a big one. I'm like, I bet. He's like, oh,
Are you actually good at those ones, those far away ones?
Yeah.
How many of them did you get in?
I don't know. I did pretty well.
What's your accuracy on a 3-point?
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the day, really.
Do the ones in the carnival have a backboard?
No.
Yeah,
It's like shooting on them, and they've got
that's how they get.
they've
you.
got like rings that are more bouncy, which makes it difficult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, why is
Well,
that?
Well, to make it more difficult.
But why is it? Why does bouncy rings make it more difficult?
Because you don't have something hard to land. So when the ball hits something that's solid, you know where it's going to rotate essentially. So if it hits it in the right location, you can go
Also,
out.
if it hits it on
But
the
if
edge,
it's
it just
bounced-
bends and then falls out.
Yeah, exactly. If it
that makes
bounces, it
sense.
can like hit the ring and it can rim out and stuff like that. So they're very strategic with it. But like,
Okay.
no, I'm a gun at those fucking carnival games. I love that shit.
Jeez.
It's so much fun.
So if you get 10 balls, how many do you think? What would you bet in yourself getting?
Ooh. There's a rainbow with pussy at the end.
Yeah.
I reckon I could.
Are
hit-
you better under pressure?
Yeah. I love
Really?
pressure. I love pressure.
So if a girl's next to you and fucking I'm
Oh
behind you,
yeah, bro.
are you gonna fucking
have
get
you,
more in?
Have you ever seen those fucking memes when it's like, when your girl sees you play and you're just like, it's the guy like driving through fucking 10 players and like dunking and breaking the backboard and stuff like that?
Wait, actually,
Yeah, bro. Of course, you got to fucking play out when you got a girl with you. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck. Okay, so how many would you say you could get out of 10?
I don't know, because if I'm being real, like my brain wants to say like, yo, 8 out of 10, bro. But realistically, maybe 5 or something like
That's
that. Hit
phenomenal.
50%. I don't know.
That's phenomenal.
And maybe it'll be lower than that, but in my brain, I'm like, yeah, easy 5, bro.
Because I'm
Fucking easy.
definitely the opposite. I'm worse under pressure.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Damn, son.
Like my whole thing has always been, if I get this done in advance when there's no pressure, it'll be 100 times better. Because if you get me to put it on like under a time pressure situation, I'm always going to do worse.
Oh, I always do better than that. I always tested really well.
Well, that's the thing. The only exception is tests. Because if you get everyone and everyone's equally unprepared and you give them 2 hours to do something, I'm going to do really well. But the difference is if everyone's had a lot more preparation, then I'm going to get fucked.
Yeah, I always did very well when it was like, all right, now it's time to like, who's got the biggest sack here? Who's going to like not fucking buckle under this shit? Like when it came to tests and stuff, I might be severely underprepared, but I can like shut it out. It's like I get into the situation. I imagine it's a fucking basketball court. The lights are on. It's game time.
Yeah.
It's like you either fucking do well and you make it, or you're a bitch. Those are the two options.
Is that what you think
I
about
ain't
it?
about being a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Like,
What
simple
about
as that, bro.
what about with public speaking?
I don't care about public speaking. I'm fine with that.
Oh shit! Because that was the biggest fear on the average person.
Oh, I'm sure.
Public speaking.
But we do a fucking podcast, dog. Like
That shit's fucking. That's crazy. That the biggest fear in the world is public speaking.
But the thing is, I will say this. I have no issue standing in front of people and talking. Like, do you know what's weird? One thing that happens, I notice sometimes I'll be speaking really fluently and clear and everything will be good there. But there have been times when I've noticed my legs are shaking, but my upper body's like still.
Shaking or twitching.
Maybe twitching.
Twitching is anxiety.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But like, no, I'm getting into like, I think I never prepare for that kind of shit.
Oh really?
Which is bad, obviously. But I'm like, because my whole thought, it's the same thing when you're like, you'd see those guys who are like, oh yeah, I wrote a fucking essay and I'm going to memorize it for my English test or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, if you've got one thing memorized, then the second it doesn't go your way, you're fucked. And also there's a chance that like, if you go in there and you don't remember like one word in a sentence, you'll spend too much time trying to figure it out. Whereas I just had a vague idea of what I was going to talk about. I'd have like concepts, maybe I'd have quotes. Like, I'm not going to lie, for my HSC, I had like 100 English quotes memorized for the second exam.
Jeez, 100.
Yeah, it was retarded. I was walking around.
That's fucking crazy.
I was walking, like pacing. I didn't say hello to any of my mates. I was just walking back and forth, just saying them constantly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so like ancient history. I had the exact same thing.
Well, you've got a good memory.
Yeah.
Like that. Do you have a good short-term memory? Can you make yourself remember a number really quickly? Like say a phone number.
I always test relatively well in short term. Yeah.
That's fucking so good. That's fucking so good. Because this is the thing. Like, I feel like everyone knows in the podcast the memory dynamic here. Where I've got a fucking terrible memory.
James
and you've got
remembers
a
what
phenomenal
happened.
one.
Basil has no idea what day of the week it is.
Yeah, but bro, it's not good having a short memory. It is not fucking good because people will talk about something that happened last week and it's literally sounds like, oh, was I not around? And they'd be like, no, you were there. Like, you were part of the conversation.
No, you were the guy. You know the guy that shit himself in the story? Yeah, that was you. You're like, wait, what?
It's not ideal, bro. It's not fucking ideal, man. But I guess kind of the good side is that you don't remember bad experiences.
That's
That's
chick's like, bro, you never lasted over a minute. It's like, I don't remember that. No, she's lying.
That's the honest thing. Like you honestly, people will talk about times that they thought was embarrassing, and I could be with them, and I don't even remember it.
You know,
remember
we're
it
talking about when we had Chrissy on. We're talking about like street smarts versus book smarts. You have zero street smarts. You're definitely a guy who thinks you have zero street smarts, but you are so bad at reading people.
How so?
Me, Basil, and Aaron were in Thailand. There was a tuk-tuk driver, and he said,
Oh my God.
He said 500 baht, right? He said 500,
300 baht. I remember.
So he said 500. We said, no, you said 300.
Yeah.
And anyway, so what essentially happened was we got in, and it was a meme that every time we got in a fucking tuk-tuk, we said, boom, boom.
Give us the boom,
Because
boom.
they would get excited because they get kicks. They get kickbacks from the fucking brothels essentially when they send people their way. And we're just joking. This guy actually took us to a place. We walked in and there was literally like a fucking just row of chicks just sitting there. And I was like, this feels
They're
weird.
all ugly as well.
This just feels mad creepy. They're all just sitting there waiting for some fucking greasy 40-year-old to come fuck them. You know what
It's
I
kind
mean?
of gross, bro.
It was a funny meme until it became real. Anyway,
not
we leave.
nice.
He drives us to the place. We get out and he's like, the 500 baht. I don't like the accents. It feels uncomfortable. He said, that's 500 baht. Thank you very much. We said, nah, bruv. You said 300. He said,
negotiated
no,
down to
it's
300.
500. We said, no, it's 300. He gets out of the tuk-tuk. He's like, no, it's 500, man.
Why is he
Totally
American
radical,
in this?
dude. Because that's like an accent people can't get out.
He's
That's
from New
just-
York. I want to get some coffee. I can't be going down to the coffee shop.
Jesus, I'm so sorry to all the fucking Brooklyn people out there for Basil's terrible rendition. I'm walking here. That's what he said. Anyway, it goes back and forth. The guy's full fucking like arcing up at us. Me and Aaron are arcing back. And we walk away and like, Jesus, man got so fucking annoyed about that. And Basil's like, bro, what are you talking about? He was completely calm.
He was just trying to hustle
Basil
some money.
just had no context that he was annoyed.
I've got a video with him, and he was the happiest man alive.
Oh, really?
He was the happiest man alive.
Was this one of your fucking hentai tributes you did? I think the video
I've
was
got a
you,
video
mate.
of us asking him for boom boom, and he's just fucking laughing.
Yeah,
He's just having a good time.
He's not laughing when he thinks that he's going to make more money. That's the issue.
No, but it's just a classic fucking try to get a bit more money. out
Bro,
of the
he
white
was
people.
acting mad angry.
He was not mad angry.
Yes, he was.
He was not mad angry. He just asked
He was
for a bit more
definitely
money.
mad angry. There was fucking 3 cunts who were way taller than him because the little Thai bloke.
Wait, was he? I thought my memory of him was him being tall.
Maybe, but he's still Thai.
Yeah, he
So
was
a tall
tall for a
Thai
Thai
might
guy.
be 5'6".
I think it was 5'10", around that.
No.
Which, that being said, I think 5'10" is tall. It's above average.
I mean, society disagrees for sure.
I don't know if society disagrees with that.
It definitely disagrees.
This is a really interesting
Being above
question.
average doesn't mean bigger. The average penis size is 5.5 inches. If you're 5.6, you aren't walking around with a fucking hog.
But the
You know
whole
what I'm
thing
saying?
is like, what is it? Fucking 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 inches. So 6 inches supposedly is a good amount, given that saying.
Yo, shout out to all the boys above 6 inches. Fuck yeah, bro.
Fuck.
Don't, Basil, don't worry. The fucking 4 figures, 4 inches, 4 feet tall.
Four
There's
figures.
still a market there.
4 figures.
You know what I mean?
I'll make $8,000 a year, baby.
Yo, you'll live like a king in Thailand, bro.
Bro,
Like-
you'll be fucking top.
You know what's
top
funny?
1%.
Not even in Thailand would you live like a king for that. 4 figures, you ain't getting nothing.
That's kind of scary.
It's fucking depressing, isn't it?
Maybe without tax, you're doing pretty well. Like $1,000.
Oh,
a
I
month.
guess, yeah. 4 figures technically means you could still earn 99K in it.
No, 9.9K. 'Cause
Oh,
5 figures
yeah,
would
I'm
be
thinking
10K.
wrong.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm thinking wrong.
Yeah,
Jesus.
5 figures is fucking.
Fuck that,
5 figures
bro.
is fine. 4 figures is a bit
Yeah.
far. That's a bit rough.
Fucking feels bad, bro. Feels bad for the third world, doesn't it?
But the thing is, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. Also, it is what it is.
But also, they have average happier rates than us.
No, they don't.
I think Venezuela's got the happiest happiest index.
because the government decides to fake the fucking records. Haven't you heard about communist Russia? I think they're doing the same thing there, mate.
I don't think it's that. I don't think
There's
the Venezuelan.
no way it's cap.
I
There's
don't.
no way it's
I
real.
don't think that the Venezuelan government has the resources to fake everyone's happiness
I
in these
disagree.
studies.
They just fucking put it out there, bro. Think about it. Venezuela was a socialist country which then ran out of money. There's no such thing as happiness in a socialist country. When it has money, everyone's loving it. I understand like fucking Sweden isn't actually socialist, but they've got a bit more socialism than maybe Australia or the US. They're loving it because they've got the money to sustain it. Once the money goes and everyone's fucking relying on all these services that happen,
Yeah.
suddenly
true.
life's not too fucking good.
That's actually a very, very smart opinion. Socialism is good when there's enough money to go around.
Yeah.
And then when there isn't,
the second there's not money, people are killing each other, eating rats, doing all that kind of crazy shit. Bro.
well, that's the thing. Actually, communism works extraordinarily. Well, not even communism. Dictatorship works extraordinarily well with developing countries.
Yeah.
Really, like, so for example, Korea that went up in a dictatorship, China, of course, pretty much dictatorship, and and Japan they all started off as dictatorships, and then when they became developed, then suddenly they went capitalist, and then now that took them to the next level.
You said they started off as dictatorships, completely ignoring the fact that they were all established empires for fucking hundreds of years.
I'm talking about like the late 1900s,
Yeah, sure.
like 50s onwards, after World War II.
Yeah,
Like, and they were run by dictatorships, but they did
well,
really well.
Japan was run by the military. It wasn't really it was like a figurehead.
Yeah, but I mean, Korea was a very clear dictatorship.
Yeah.
But the whole idea is that the government told them exactly what to do. You do this, you do that. We know what's best for you, and it was true.
It's not without merit. Like the Roman Republic had they had their system. They rebelled against kings.
Yeah,
they hated the kings, so they had a system of consulship, which had it's mad fucking tiers or whatever. But the top two were the consuls, and there were two of them. And the idea would be that one can't just override the other. So it's like, you have to corral the Senate.
It needs to be unanimous.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it was essentially rather than having one person controlling everything, you have two, which makes things a bit more fair. So it's a good system in theory. Obviously, there's a lot of corruption. But they even had a SWAT, which was above the consuls, which was emergency dictator in case of like foreign threat, where you just need to galvanize the entire empire and make them all work together. Because they acknowledge that like when there isn't one person in charge in a dire situation, a lot of times shit goes wrong.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You can't rely on one person's opinion, man. Plus, then also you have you have single party.
Such a contrast to what was just said.
But you also have. Wait, what do you mean?
Because I just said they needed one person to galvanize the unit in dire situations, and then you just responded, "Yeah, you can't trust one person's decision."
Well, no, I'm talking about when you have two people running the country. Like two people, I think makes a lot more sense, and you also you don't have that party risk. That if the king dies, then your civilization's fucked until the replacement's found.
Yeah.
And what if the replacement's shit?
Imagine being a king at 13. Like, those kings that were just
scary
born
that
into
that
it.
happens. It's
Yeah, but
fucking
imagine
scary.
how much fun it would be till you got assassinated.
Yeah,
You're
well,
just
I mean,
fucking so many bitches, bro.
well, I hate to be nationalistic, but fucking Arabs were doing that back in the 1100s, where there was sultans, there was no kings, and sultans is in a what is it called, hierarchy. What the fuck am I saying?
Yeah.
But there's no heir, so your son doesn't become the sultan. It's whoever's the strongest becomes the sultan. Often it's the slaves. It's the slaves that become.
That's cap.
No, it's the slaves that become Saracens, who are then the elite soldiers, and then the elite soldiers that become into leadership, they become the sultan.
It's not going to be the slaves that actually become the What do you mean? The Saracen was a people.
Saracens are slaves that were taken when they were 8 years old and trained to fight.
I'm going to Google that.
Google it. But you have to be willing to say the answer on live
Sure,
TV. Are
I'll
you
say
happy
it.
to do that?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
No stress.
Man is
I've
Googling
seen
it at the
them.
moment. Let's see.
Saracen, number 1. An Arab or Muslim, especially at the time of the Crusades. Number 2, a nomad of the Syrian or Arabian desert at the time of the Roman Republic.
No, click the Wikipedia link to Saracen.
I mean, you might be right, but based on 2 definitions we've seen, it doesn't look like you're right. Saracen. In the Middle Ages, any person, Arab, Turk, or other, who professed the religion of Islam. Earlier in the Roman world, there had been references to Saracens by late classical authors in the first 3 centuries AD, the term being applied to an Arab tribe living in the Sinai Peninsula.
So it's not anything to do with a slave?
No, nothing.
Ah, fuck. All right, I guess I'm wrong there.
Okay. I love the confidence. Like, you have to be willing to
I
read
must
it
be
out of
thinking
public.
about something else.
Yeah, it wasn't slaves fucking running the like the
No, but
the
in Age of
caliphate.
Empires-
Look, the reality is,
In Age of Empires. So for the Saracens, who were the elites in the Saracens? Like, what was the top tier group, the cavalry?
yeah, horsemen probably.
Yeah, but what was the name of them?
Who fucking knows?
The name of it was accurate to slave owners. So maybe Saracen is the greater tribe, and there's the elite Saracens were all slaves because the
Slave owner is not a slave.
huh?
Slave owner is not a slave.
No, the slaves that were
Bro,
taken.
I think based on your historical knowledge, I think that's cap. Like
I'll have to find it.
the Islamic
to find it.
Caliphate was just as fucking bound on fucking domination as every other.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I know. They took slaves, bro.
Yeah, I know they took slaves.
Well, they took people from Africa because that's where the tall people and the tall and strong people were, and they were all black. So they took them, and that's where they became the leaders. And that's why Arabs, like as you go higher and higher, it becomes more and more light because you couldn't take them that far. But all of those people were the sultans.
What do you mean?
The strongest
Egyptians
people.
are still light.
No, they're
Moroccans
not.
are light.
Egyptians
yes, they
are dark.
No.
What do you mean?
They're
Compared
not
to
dark like
compared to
black
Arabs,
guys.
compared to like as you go to like Lebanon, it's
No,
completely.
but that
different.
wasn't because of the caliphate. That was because of the fucking Egyptians mixing back with the Nubians fucking 2,000 years ago.
It's probably a bit of both.
It's not. It wasn't
Bit of this,
entirely
bit of that.
done by fucking slaves, fucking non-slaves.
We'll split the difference.
The idea of the slave, we're not splitting the difference, right? The difference is an Egyptian man, and I'm not splitting him. An Egyptian girl, we can split if you want, baby. We can do that. That's what you want to do,
in
bro.
Thailand.
Is that what you wanna do? Hey, bro, you were trying to get some fucking dog ass bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Was a lovely
She's a
lady
respectable
and a mum.
woman.
She was a respectable mum.
We're definitely too drunk to do a fucking full drinking podcast.
Yeah,
This is
for
not
sure.
good.
Should we end it there?
Let's end with one last story.
Yeah.
I was walking back home a couple weeks back, right?
Yeah.
I'm playing basketball. I'm walking along the street. I see one fucking dirty cunt walking,
Oh, shit.
running away from this fucking house. And I'm like, what's going on here? I walk past it. It's me and a black dude on a bird scooter with a helmet on. Responsible guy.
Nice.
We're looking at this house. There's a roaring fire out of the window.
Jeez.
Caged window, so there's bars on the window, right?
Jeez.
And the thing that made it interesting was it wasn't a normal fire because there was it was like a palm frond because there was a palm tree.
Yeah.
One of the palm fronds had a flame on it that was sticking up, but it wasn't spreading across the leaf. It just stayed there.
Jesus.
So I'm thinking, what kind of napalm bullshit is this? What did that fucking dirty cunt do before, right? We're looking at this. The dirtiest cunts pour out of this house trying to fucking like start a fire extinguisher on it. They've all got like dirt all over their bodies. Like they were actually dirty.
Jeez.
As well as being heroin scum.
That's
You know, no shoes, fucking just
Is
gross.
this on Surrey Hills?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Gross looking cunts. And I'm looking at it, and me and this guy are like, yo, what the fuck is going on here, right? Like, is this
Jeez.
a meth lab explosion? Did someone throw a bottle through? I was very aware that I just saw a guy beam it from this exact location. Like, what happened here? And it just makes you think, really, meth's everywhere, isn't it?
Bro, legit. Meth
It's
is
some fucking
everywhere.
affluent area, really. Like, Surrey Hills used to be a dodgy area, but these
very
days it's
expensive
very
now.
gentrified.
Extraordinarily
Yeah.
expensive.
And there's just this fucking clear either arson or explosion of a meth lab happening just right in
Or
front
do you
of your
reckon it was
eyes.
a meth lab?
Maybe I'm being bigoted based on how they looked.
I don't know if it would be smart to have a meth lab in Surrey Hills. But then again, I don't trust
you
for them to
mean?
be smart.
That's where all the cunts do it.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather make it out in the boonies and then bring it into Surrey?
I don't think that
too
drug
many
dealers
police
are
there.
often that smart.
If anything, what you want is you want it to be in the most expensive suburb. You want it to be in the North Shore. Like a really, really boring North Shore suburb.
Do you reckon that's why Hamish Blake moved to that rich area?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
He's just got a fucking
He's got
meth
a
lab
meth
on the
lab
ground.
cooking up?
Yeah, in the fucking golf
Yeah,
simulator
bro.
with Andy's house.
Must be nice.
Must be extremely nice.
Anyway, let's fucking end it there. We're
So
too
for the
buzzed.
keyword, let's do boom boom.
I was going to say must be nice. But yeah, boom boom must be nice. They both link to each other. Fuck it.
Yeah, awesome.
Must be nice to be able to afford the good boom booms in Thailand.
That's very, very true.
Anyway, make sure you hit up the TikTok, leave us a 5-star review on Apple and Google Podcasts. Fucking hit up the YouTube channel. We'll get a video out this Tuesday. It was rating sitcoms.
Fuck yeah.
A
boy.
few spicy takes there. So if you want to see where Friends, Seinfeld, and all the others landed, make sure you check that shit out.
Absolutely.
Hit up the Instagram. Maybe we'll do a Q&A this week. So make sure
And
you're
make sure to
there.
join the Discord if you're not already there.
Yeah,
We've
join the
passed
Discord.
100
Link down
followers.
below.
Like, there's so many people in the Discord.
At Poppy this, fucking hit up the link.
Hell yeah.
Easy, bro. Thanks so much for joining us, lads. See you later.
Cheers, boys.